day. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Colts taking on the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Down at the 31.
The numbers for Sanders last week: 24 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
From the 31, Prescott, left side here to Sanders. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Houston.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Sanders. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Completes it to Samuel. And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Prescott to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Eric Ebron. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. they can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. If they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I know we were assigned this game, but let's face it, this is the one we wanted, isn't it? A chance to watch an MVP candidate perform down the stretches 4 weeks ago. How are you feeling about his chances?
Well, I think he certainly has a shot. It's going to determine what he does and what the others around him do for these last 4 weeks. But more MVP chatter, it seems like, every year as you hit the month of December. This year's going to be no exception.
Yeah, I know he's not ranked #1 right now. If he plays up to his capabilities, I think he's going to win the thing.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Off play action. Wade. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Wade. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott from the gun. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
19-yard line.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Off play action. Wade. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to it.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here, because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Prescott. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Off the play fake. Wayne. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Colts 14, Texans 7.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Wayne. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always...
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. On the counter now, it's Sanders. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. Fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
12 more yards there and another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Colts are able to grow their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Josiah DeGuara, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Prescott now. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Off the play fake. Wade. This time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Off play action. Wade. This is caught. Watkins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts add on to their lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said clicker.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. A big loss there of 9 yards on the play. Now a carry for Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Back at the 14-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Off for 4 yards.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here we go. Let's get him.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake. Wade. That is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
The kicker
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line.
Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 yards, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott over the middle, complete. That's Simmons. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott. He'll find DeGuara complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Prescott yet again. Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the red zone there, Prescott hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
For the Texans field goal of 23 yards.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come to half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Texans 17.
2nd half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
At the 42-yard
on 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Off play action. Wade. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And this offense is running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the one. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Gardner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Texans.
A first down throw for Prescott. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
A loss of 7 yards.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Now Prescott. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Indy set to go on offense once more. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes. I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
3-yard line.
Off the play fake. Wade. There's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there. A first down.
10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
He finds an opening past the 40. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Texans get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is... The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? This one complete downfield on the left side. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Off-play action. Wade. Man, and he hits him in stride. And get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
That will throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
The 28-yard line.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
It's the 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
He finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Off the play fake. Wade. To the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. taken in at the 3.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball...
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
A loss of 7 yards. It's 2nd down.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
24.
Jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Texans on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch. But you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure up with their own offense.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Play action. Wade. And he's got his man in stride complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd, and he connects with Ebron. And he is going to have a Texans first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Prescott on first down. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air again, Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down.
They'll throw again. Prescott throwing middle, and it's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. 45 yards. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Texans claw one back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
But that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Wade. Hits him in stride. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for Indy. 53 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. They're triggered.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
He continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Under pressure here, and down he goes. sack back at about the 43-yard line. Raekwon McMillan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, 3rd and 13.
3rd and long for Prescott. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 3. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth.
Well, this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
3rd down. 3rd and 14.
Prescott from the gun. And he will find his man on the outside. Now whistles and a timeout called here.
A gain of
Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One last shot now for Prescott. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. As time has run out on this football game.
84.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
The win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the